Hello guys, it is...
I didn't understand that request.
What is today's
Choose
date?
one.
Recorder HQ.
Solo.
Alexa,
Mo-
stop.
Messenger. No. Clock.
Progress
4:08 p.m.
saved.
Notes.
Have you tried out
Clock.
any of my
Calendar.
other games?
Friday, the 14th
Alexa,
of July.
stop.
Clock. Calendar. Friday, the 14th of July.
Okay, so it's the 14th of July,
Clock. 4:08
and
p.m.
it's like 8 minutes past 4
Group.
in the
Recorder HQ.
afternoon,
Games folder. Speed.
and my throat's being stupid, but don't worry about that. Took me Ventolin, so it will fix in a little bit. So excuse me. Jesus. Yes, I have this perpetual fucking chest thing that isn't turning into pneumonia, thank God, but oh Christ, it plays up and then I get temporarily out of breath, which if you don't treat that, it becomes more like chronic out of breath, and then it's similar to asthma but a little different too. It's sort of the airways playing up and trying to get rid of stuff that isn't meant to be there, and it overreacts to air and the environment, causing asthmatic type issues. So please don't judge me. I don't have a bad flu or cold. Don't judge me. My sinuses are pissy as well, but not curable, just manageable. So again, don't judge, because if you're in that situation, you'd be whinging and carrying on too. Good luck to anyone that doesn't complain. That's great, but don't judge me if I do complain. Thank you. That's that for that little whinge. I do see the doctors all the time, and they just treat whatever needs fixing, either with, what do you call it, short term, you get treated, you stop your tablet or your inhaler and it's gone, and some of it's chronic, as in always needing inhaler or always needing a tablet on a regular basis, either daily or as needed. That's basically how it is. And believe what you want, but everyone has their situations that we don't know what other people are going through, so yeah. I'm doing alright, so that's all I want people to know, is I'm okay. So I thought, well, I'm in one of my somewhat good moods, I thought I would do a recording. Several weeks ago I got a Amazon Alexa, so if she starts trying to listen, that's why. Be quiet, Alexa. Alexa, be quiet. Shut up. So she's in the background. So I'm going to nickname her It. So if I say I'm going to speak to it, you know I mean I'm speaking to Alexa. Oh, she listens.
I'm designed to protect your privacy. So
Alexa, be quiet. Thank you. So I'm going to call that A name, Alexa. I'm going to call her It. So you'll know what I'm talking about. It is the other word that I'll use when I need to use her name. I will say it. When I don't need to use her name, I will say it. Or my Amazon Echo. Because mine... My speaker is an Echo Dot. They now have, I don't know how long they've had these for, but Echo Pops. And they've got Echo Shows. And it's $429. But it'll be quite easy to save up for an Echo Show 10. I'm going to get one of those. Just as a bit of a side note, I could end up in a really shitty mood at any old time, not like this afternoon, but if I end up in one of my stupid crappy moods where I don't want to talk much, I'll probably do a cooking recording or something. So if I sound a bit snappy or frustrated and nasty, that's why. If I am after someone, I will indicate that I'm going after someone, but if I'm just being horrible because I'm in a bad mood, it's just because I'm in a bad mood. But I'm hoping it does not happen too much, and sorry at any time if I sound terrible. But I am hoping it is not too often. Because when I get into shitty moods all the time, I don't do recordings because I don't need everyone listening to me sounding terrible because I sound sick or I sound like I'm snappy and bad-tempered, because at the time I am, but it sounds bad for a YouTube recording, so I just think, screw it, I won't do a fucking video today. For anyone that doesn't like swearing, don't listen, because I don't swear too much, but I swear a bit sometimes. And when I'm doing cooking recordings, I sometimes get the shits and swear a bit more, but I don't think I swear too much. I hope not. And if I pull out the inhaler, don't be scared. Don't be jumping up and down over it. It's just the way I treat my symptoms. And not very, very frequently at all, but if you occasionally hear a package rattling, it will be because of antihistamines or Panadol. Don't be worried, because it's not like that constantly, and not with every recording, thank you very much. Only if I really have to take medication, and I have my daily medication every night, so if I'm playing games and I go, oh shit, my alarm, it's turned off, I'll be back. Yeah, you'll hear me in the background, don't worry about it. And if you hear other noises, it'll be me getting out my vitamins and some minerals and making a sustagen, not all at the same time. Jesus, that's just bad, but just here and there, you know. And if some of it sounds scary, don't be scared. It's just part of my life situation. It may sound scary for people who don't know, but it's not all that bad for me. And it's not all that bad that I think you should be scared. It's not that bad. I even have to let people know at this new activity centre that I go to, and I won't tell you on YouTube what it is, but I have to let people know if I seem a bit scary today, don't react scared or anything. It's just me treating my issues before it makes me sick, you know, and then I'm alright. So, all because of this fucking COVID that I caught in December last year. I caught bloody COVID. So it's 2023 and I got COVID last year, and now I'm suffering from on and off problems that I can have a good day and feel like nothing's wrong, and then have a few horrible days and go, oh, that's right, I got that because of COVID. Then I'll have a great day and I forget, and then I feel like, no, I'm alright, I don't think I have anything wrong with me. And then, oh shit, that's right, that's why I was told not to ditch any medications. Oh, fuck. So, if I sound strange or wrong sometimes, don't take it personally, or think that you have to try to help me suddenly unless I indicate that. If that's the case, then don't, because I'll be right. Okay. So now that that shit is out of the way, I have told it, I told my Amazon Echo, I have told it to set me the timer. So I'm going to ask it how much time I have left. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Oh, fuck. I thought that I set a fucking timer. Hang on, let me check where I... Okay, I've got lemonade in the freezer, courtesy of the doctor reckons I'm allowed to have lemonade every day. And I'm allowed to have a once-off alcoholic beverage. It just can't be too much too often. So, say I make rum balls, I can have them every day. 2 or 3 here and there. If I make them with no alcohol, I can have, I can have as many as I want without alcohol. If there is alcohol, I could probably have 5 or 6 of them. And it's not as if I'd put too much in there because I've got measuring cups, so I can measure out exactly how much alcohol I can put in each. In each batch of rum balls, and I can then use the same amount for each batch. Some people would guess how much alcohol they're putting in there, but the doctor told me not to do guessing games. I have to have not too much alcohol, and I can't look at my hands or look at the bottle of the alcohol tipping up, so I can't see how much I'm putting into my rum balls. And I will be doing a cooking recording making rum balls eventually, but I will definitely not be guessing because I could put too much in. And when it comes to actually drinking it, I can have, say I want a treat and I want to taste the sherry, I could probably put a little bit into, you know, those cooking measuring spoons, and you get a tablespoon and you measure. I wouldn't probably do exactly 1 tablespoon, but thereabouts, so I don't spill it everywhere. Or I would get my little medicine cup and I would tip the sherry a little bit in there, and it would be a sort of guessing game of guesstimation of about 10 or 20 mils of alcohol or something. Then I would just tip it into a coffee mug and drink it, you know. That would be the only way I could go about measuring out how much I can drink each day without making myself sick or stuffing up my antidepressants. And the doctor also said if I go stuffing around with drinking alcohol too much now, it will stuff up how she adjusts my medication, which will take longer to work properly. So it takes about 3 months to get some antidepressants working properly, right? So if I mess around with drinking too much at the moment, it won't take 3 months to work properly. It will take 6 months. And it might even make me sick enough that I'll have to totally change medications again. So if that happens, it'll be another 3 or even 6 months of adjusting to a new medicine yet again. So I can't really stuff up this. Not that I stuffed up the other medication. What happened is I had some mild side effects that were constant and wouldn't go away, but I insisted on putting up with it because I thought, some medications you just deal with it. If you're kind of sick but not bad, you put up with it until you can't cope anymore, or at least you just put up with as much as you can. When the side effects are not that bad, you just tolerate it, just ignore it. Just don't really think about it until it's forever or until it gets really bad. So then these side effects went from I can tolerate it to now I'm so sick I feel like spewing. And it wasn't specific foods doing it. It was like everything. I couldn't eat properly. I couldn't drink properly. I could drink some water but couldn't overconsume it without feeling too sick. And I had indigestion that no amount of bland foods would fix it. I could even have no sugar, no gluten, no dairy, no allergen foods like full-on ketogenic food, and I was still sick as a dog. And before I changed my medications over about 2 weeks ago, I was almost consuming nothing but Powerade and water and maybe the occasional cup of soup. And if I'd stayed on that medication, I would have gone from cups of soup to just drinking Powerade to just drinking water to then probably passing out and living in the hospital for a few weeks. So that was not fucking happening. Sorry, that was not gonna frigging happen. So fast forward over a couple of issues that I wasn't happy with. And I told the doctors about it, and I told them why I can't speak to certain people. And I told the doctor that when you're talking and, you go home expecting to have biscuits and coffee and talk to your family members, then you want to head inside and then you don't expect the ambulance showing up. Now, that's pretty sad. Because in this civilized world, you'd think that people would be mature enough to say, oh, I don't like how this conversation's going. I know the world's sad, but I want you to talk about something else. If you're not coping, do you want help to get a doctor's appointment set up? Or do you want this? Or do you want that? Or when you go home, I'm going to make sure you get a visit from someone because I don't like how you're talking. Okay, in this civilized world, you'd think that's how people would act to you, but sometimes they don't. And I told the doctor that if people don't know how to set boundaries with me, then they aren't worth talking to. I don't care why they can't set boundaries. If you can't set boundaries with me, then don't speak to me. That's how it is. If we can't have a conversation and you can't tell me, hey, I don't like where this is going, then that's your issue. If you report me to anyone really, and then you go after me, but you don't tell me, it is your problem. If you get in trouble for it, it is your problem, not mine. I don't even know that my conversation's going to hurt you until you tell me. And I don't know. No, I can't read minds. No, I can't decide what I know or what I don't know when I don't know someone else's feelings. No, I don't know. Yes, it probably is autistic, and I'm sorry that I was born with traits that I didn't ask for. I'm even sorry for being born. But that's beside the point. If people don't know how to set boundaries with me, then they aren't talking to me, full stop. That's the rules, and I'm not going to change. You either set boundaries or don't have anything to do with me. So, fast forwarding over some details which I can't say, I challenged a few things and we worked out what I think needs fixing and what I think needs challenging, and I got it sorted out the way I see fit, the way I think is working, and so far, so good. So far, so good. I went on to the NDIS website today and I went Google searching and I found some forms, so I'm going to get them filled out at this activity centre on Tuesday. I won't tell you what this place is. I don't need to. If you really have to know, knock at my bloody door and have a decent conversation with me. Don't say, "Oh, all right, I hope you have a really good day," and then, "Hello, were you expecting us?" And then I'm going, "No, actually, I didn't know that my conversation with someone else was not decent because no one told me, because I'm supposed to read their minds." So please, be decent and ask me if you really have to know, or be quiet and don't say a word. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, I am conscious of what I'm doing today, so I hope that I'm not being outright offensive. I'm trying not to be offensive because I'm conscious of what I'm saying. But please, don't expect me to read minds. So, with that said, it's a need-to-know basis. And anyway, we're going to fill out some paperwork so that I don't have to deal with the NDIS anymore. Yay! That is good news. My GP is going to adjust my medications properly, and I'm going to show her an Amazon invoice when I get it's 2 packs of these. I think it's like some kind of supplement, or I don't know, similar to Benadryl or something. It's not Benadryl though. And they're not designed for nightly. You don't take one every night and finish the bottle in 96 days. It's basically 96 tablets in a bottle, and you don't take it each night till you finish the bottle. You take one, and if you're sleeping a bit crappy, but it's okay, you obviously don't need a pill. Pills don't fix half decent sleep. If it's half decent, you don't need a tablet. Full stop. For people with severe mental health or physical conditions, don't believe me, believe your doctors. I'm just telling you what is average for any person who doesn't have conditions outside what I consider average, or what is considered average for most people. So if you are not most people, then please don't take what I've said seriously. Just go with what you're doing now. Do not change your medications. Do not adjust your medications. Do not try the same medications that I choose to buy. Always ask your GP first. Now, I've spoken to my GP about my sleeping problems. So if she can't accept this particular product that I buy, then I will just drop it off at a chemist and probably get a script that the doctor prefers. I admittedly was scared of taking melatonin until the doctor told me, "Look, just keep taking it." I said, "I've got another script at the chemist some months ago, but haven't filled it in." And she's like, "Why?" And I said, "Oh, because I'm scared of what Google says." She's like, "Well, forget about Google. Just buy your over-the-counter products that aren't prescribed. If it's on Amazon, keep the invoice, because then the doctor can tick off the receipts. So like, try to keep the printed invoice. Don't just keep the electronic copies, keep printed. Which, see, I used to chuck them out, whereas my doctor said, now don't chuck out. If it's vitamin B or vitamin C, she doesn't care, but if it's something more than vitamin D or just vitamins, if it says sleep aid, or it says sedation, or it says breathing, or it says this, or it says that, or it says whatever, do not chuck out the receipt. Do not chuck it out. So that way she doesn't even need to see the electronic copy. She can just take it and tick it off, and I might have to take it to the chemist for them to make sure it's the real product, because if I get a fake product, then most of the time you just return it and say, look, this product isn't even legitimate. Sometimes the police have to get involved, especially if it's a drug sting, and you say, well, I'm blind and I use Amazon because I'm blindy and I can't drive, and I do shopping the blind version way, which is someone picks me up to take me to shops, use Uber Eats, use Amazon. How am I meant to fucking know if I'm getting drugs that I'm not meant to have? Like, I know when I read, but how do I know that the stuff in the box doesn't contain something that I don't or can't have? You know, unless someone says, hey, that box is fake, that box has got poison in it and it reckons it's vitamin C, but it's bloody poison. Luckily, when you get products in this country, it's most of the time it's alright. Sometimes you'll get shady stuff, but most of the time it's okay. Most of the time, that is. So if there's any concerns, I can just take my information and my boxes of stuff to the pharmacy, and when they tick it off as innocent, then yeah, I can just take it home. There's an import from the US for zinc gummy bears that they don't have in Australia, so I presume the doctor would have to prescribe it. I just gave her, I'm sure I kept the papers for that. I might have chucked them out after I showed the doctor because I didn't keep it. She just basically wrote that it was an approved zinc product that Australia doesn't have at the moment. And it's obviously a US product, it's imported from the US, but the doctor still has to approve that it's only zinc and doesn't contain any other drugs, and then they tell you how much you can have, which is not even once a day, more like once a week, because it's not meant to be taken in large amounts. So, yeah, you can take one every day for a week, and then you have to stop for a while and give it a break for 2 or 3 weeks before you take one again each day for a few days. It's not something you can just take every day. Some people do that, but that's their prerogative, and sometimes the doctor might prescribe it, you know. So when I get products that the US imports to Australia, the doctors have to make sure it's just that branded product. It doesn't contain other shit that you're not meant to be eating. And if it does, they have to approve that it's good for what they reckon I need it for. Like, they can't just say, oh yeah, it's okay, you can have it. They have to talk to you about what you've talked about for the past 6 months and go, oh yeah, I think this is pretty good for you. Don't give it to anyone else. Don't share it. Just, it's yours. Don't say, oh, do you want to try this before you buy it? You just tell people, no, look, I'm not giving it to you. If you want it, you deal with the way you purchase products and buy it, because I'm not sharing out my supplements or medications. unless it's like one ibuprofen or a Panadol. But these days, with drug abuse getting really bad, the doctors would rather no one share any kind of tablets. Maybe vitamin C and B is an exception, maybe, but even that's... You don't know who is trying to abuse drugs and who is not trying to abuse drugs these days. You just don't know. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not doing too bad. I'm going to buy something from Amazon on Monday, just a couple of things that I need, as in stuff that I don't have, like I need a new toilet brush and I need to get these tablets. And the pamphlet is funny. When I was reading it and was saying, oh, don't drive unless you know how the medication's going to affect you. It's like, excuse me, I don't abuse drugs. I'm not going to take a sleeping tablet at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, I don't think so, damn it. Oh my God. And I'm not going to take it. Actually, some tablets you're not meant to take at the same time as your antidepressant. Get it straight. You got to literally take it 2 hours after your antidepressant, especially if it's a sleeping pill. You don't want to take it early in the day, like far out. And it's best to keep a diary, like if you write down, what time you take your daily medication and what time you take the other one, then the doctors can't get up you for not knowing what you're doing, because they'll see what you've written down. Then they ask if that's what you're actually doing, and you're like, well, yes, actually. And then if they challenge it, then they're the ones that get into trouble if they find out you're not lying to them. So if I take something new, I keep a diary. If I am re-prescribed melatonin, I'll just space out my tablets and I'll put it in my diary entry. I'll just say, this tablet I took at 8:30, this other one I took at 9, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. and I'm tired, but hey, I need to get up early and fresh tomorrow, so, rather than fall asleep knowing I might wake up once or twice for a few minutes, I just need a very long rest. So I'm taking blah medication at this, whatever name, at, say it's 10:30. And just say, in my diary, usually I don't care if I have to wake up to go to the toilet. I kind of want to get up feeling like I haven't woken up once until morning, just so I can get up really fresh tomorrow because of blah activities during the day. If it wasn't for tomorrow's activities, I wouldn't give a shit, and I won't write that down, but I wouldn't give a shit and I wouldn't take that sleeping tablet tonight. And like whatever confusion and drowsiness it causes, oh well, I'll be asleep. I'll be sleeping it off, doesn't matter. And absolutely no alcohol. They tell you not to have any alcohol. So, say I decide to make a trifle with alcohol, I won't have any trifle that night. I can have some the next day, because I won't take those sleeping tablets each day, each night. So I can have alcohol when I'm not going to take a sleeping tablet, basically. Because you can't mix any antihistamines or sleeping tablets with alcohol. You just can't do it. I don't know why people are stupid enough to do that, but it's not good for you. It fully buggers up your stomach and your liver. It stuffs it, and you can kill yourself, and it's not reversible. You don't sit there going, well, I didn't want to die today, I'll just fix it. Like, once you've done it, you're fucked, basically, so don't do it. And I'm sure you can get treatment early enough, but if you don't want to waste your time, just don't try it and then waste your time going to the doctors, stopping all of these fatal complications that'll kill you. Like, just don't. Don't friggin' do it if you don't want to go through all of that. You just don't. And then a couple of people at this activity centre freak out, and I'm like, I'm not going to wait till something's going to kill me. You go to the doctors and they fix it straight away. And sometimes the doctor doesn't, so switch doctors. If you don't like an issue that you've gone home from the doctor and you're like, well, I'm still sick and they haven't given me any information, get another bloody doctor. Like, get someone else. Because some doctors either don't know or don't care. They're just like a car mechanic, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Some people are very caring, some people are not. And I don't know why people go to medical school, become a GP or another specialist, and then treat their patients like shit. You know, like, you know, you go to work and you feel like you're wasting your time talking to people who you don't want to help. Well, why did you get that job? You get a job and you don't like helping people. You get a job and you don't want to actually go to work to do that job. You just want to go to work to get paid. But you feel like you're wasting other people's time and you don't like talking to people. So find a different job. Why be a doctor or a specialist if you don't like what your work gives you? You know, I just think some people are so stupid. Anyway, I'm going to get going and I'm going to do another recording and I'm going to play this freaking game. I have to make sure I set that bloody timer on Alexa too. Alexa, do I have any timers running?
There are no timers set.
Shit. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Actually, I want to test something. Alexa. Hello?
This might answer your question.
No, Alexa, stop. Alexa, set a soft drink in freezer timer for 30 minutes.
Soft drink in freezer timer, 30 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. That makes me laugh. Alexa, delete one timer.
You have 2 timers on this device. A 20-minute timer with about 90
Alexa,
minutes and
delete 20-minute timer.
20-minute timer cancelled.
Okay. Alexa, what timer do I have running?
You have 29 minutes left on your soft drink in freezer timer.
I was going to joke around and say, oh, the timer's running. When do I catch it? I might have to run to catch up with the timer. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to start. Well, it's not a new game. I guess I could start it as a new game, but I don't want to because I've been spending several days getting to like level, what level am I at? Level 34, I think, of this game. There's 2 games I've got going. One game is called The Last Light and the other game is called The Dark Citadel, and the third game is called Ghost Stories. Oh, that's a scary game. And if you get one of your decisions wrong, because 2 of these games, there are a couple of right and wrong answers, but most of it's not right or wrong. You just make your choice and the game is affected. But this Ghost Stories game is like, it's right and it's wrong, because if you get the wrong pathway or you take the wrong door, it puts you back at the attic, or it'll put you back at another room and you have to start again. And you don't have to like delete the game and restart the whole game. You don't have to disable you know what her name is, skills. You don't want to disable the skill and redo it, but you just replay the same part of your story until you get that. You've got to play it right to progress through the story, but you don't know what's right or wrong. You just guess, and it's wrong, so you don't guess the same choice in the story. Next time you've got to guess another choice until you get further through the story to earn points and credits and all that. Whereas with the Dark Citadel and the Last Light, there are dead-end parts of the game, but you're not constantly having to figure out which choice will get you further on into the story. Sometimes if you can't fight an enemy because your character's at too small a level, it will stuff up and make you replay the story. Because most Dungeons and Dragon games are like that, where they stuff up your character and make you try again until you get stronger and progress through your storyline further. So I'll get going, and you'll definitely hear my echo timer going off, and it will say soft drinking freezer timer finished, or what however it says it, and I'll be like, oh yes. Then I'll check my lemonade, and if it's not cold enough, I'll set another, I don't know, half an hour timer or something. Because now I can't forget that I've got soft drink in the freezer, because I used to forget. And it used to fucking blow up everywhere. And I'm like, oh, you stupid bastard, I didn't think of that. And it would be like several hours before I check the freezer. And if it's the next morning, I'm like, oh no, I forgot about that last night before dinner. Oh, shit. So I'll go to put something in the freezer and then eat dinner and think, oh yes, where's my lemonade? Oh, I can't find it. The next day it's like, wait, I actually put it into the freezer. That might be why. Oh, God. So my timer stops me from fucking forgetting stuff. Yay! So I'm going to get going, and I'm going to start my freaking game. It is like Dungeons and Dragons. It is progressive, so I will be doing... I don't know if I want to do it as a series or just sort of... Anyway, I'll see. I'll play one game today, another game another time, another game another time, like a different, echo game for Alexa. I'm glad she didn't hear that. Alexa, yes, I know you're listening. Be quiet. Anyway, I'm going to make a new recording, and then I'm going to start the game. And I'll be drinking lemonade soon. Whee! Okay, I've got to start a new game.
Speech, games, Recorder HQ. Recorder HQ. Stop, button.